Here in Philadelphia, Citizens Bank Park, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Taking a look at today's starter, who's been going through a bit of a rough patch lately. His recent outings haven't exactly gone as planned, Singy.
Yeah, he hasn't looked himself out there, Boog. And normally he's got that fastball pop in the catcher's mitt and the slider darting, but lately hasn't had great command. Couple of good innings might be all it takes to get him back on track.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. And starting in this one, Christopher Sanchez. What do you have on him, Singy?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Ripped to short. To first. That's the second out.
Batting third, right fielder, Connor Norby.
So a man at first. Bryce Harper, the next to hit. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Runner on the go. On the ground to the left. And it's through for a hit. Flying around third is Turner. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
So 2 down. Max Kepler at the plate.
Max Kepler.
On the ground. Fires over to first. And the inning is over. Phillies down in order. Score remains tied 1-1. And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Tap foul at the plate. One down, base is empty. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the lefty. Hope he's all right. Definitely some concern here. That ball came back and got him right on the pitching arm, as you can see him trying to shake it off.
And if nothing else, you worry about him getting some dead arm and losing some feeling. But from what I can tell, I think they're going to let him continue, and that's a really good sign.
Now that
runner on at first with 1 gone. And up next for Miami, Mason Wynn, 1 for 2. And foul ball.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's going to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw. Cruz over at second, 1 down. Swinging, it's a strikeout. In plenty of time to first, and they got him. And the runner holds.
Now batting right fielder.
One down. And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh. One down, base is empty. This one popped up. Vientos. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 away now.
Now batting, right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
Base is empty
Now
with 2
batting,
away.
shortstop,
And now for the
Mason
Marlins,
Wynn.
Mason Wynn. 1 for 3. That's outside. Ball 1. That's down and in. A slider missed. That one's in there. And it's 2-1.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
2 out, space is empty. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. This one looks like trouble. Around first, heading for 2. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his bat path to the ball, and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.
Back here, Citizens Bank Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. This is Bryson Stott.
Now, this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Nice grab. Throw to first, but he beats it. Nice try defensively. Great hustle, and the tying run is on.
The effort from both players involved in this play just really stands out to me. I mean, you got the diving stop at short, which was outstanding, and how can you not love the hustle flying down the line? That's just great baseball at an extremely high level.
So digging in, Mason Wynn. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Line drive to short and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate. All these players were able to take.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Taking a look at today's starter, who's been going through a bit of a rough patch lately. His recent outings haven't exactly gone as planned, Singy.
Yeah, he hasn't looked himself out there, Boog, and normally he's got that fastball pop in the catcher's mitt and the slider darting, but lately hasn't had great command. Couple of good innings might be all it takes to get him back on track.
First pitch coming your way next. Just a little bit away from first pitch, and on the hill, Aaron Nola.
Well, Boog, almost 2,000 strikeouts in his career, and such a great milestone for him to reach. I think this guy's got a lot more in him. Maybe we'll see 3,000 at some point.
One down.
Batting second,
Mason Wynn
shortstop,
digs in
Mason
now.
Wynn.
I think one of my favorite things about Nola is his consistency, Boog. I mean, we talk about his strikeout numbers and everything else, but the fact he's able to produce the way he does, start after start, makes him a valuable piece for any team he plays for.
0-2. 1 out, bases empty. Hard hit left side. Tosses to first. 2 away.
Batting third, left fielder Dylan Cruz.
New inning getting
Leading off
started.
for Miami,
And now the shortstop, Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn.
Nola back to work. And that one lifted in the air center field. Robert makes the grab, 1 down.
Woo. He was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Now batting.
Man at first with 1 gone. Now here's Jake Bauers. Castellanos leads off first with 1 away. There goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. Throw. Save. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Now batting,
Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 2 in this one. That one laced to center and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder Dylan Cruz.
And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And here's the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Handles, throws to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through
Now
one
batting,
more inning,
center
anything
fielder,
after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But
Robert.
they should be lined
Now
up good
batting,
enough to get to the
shortstop,
finish line.
Mason Wynn.
And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. 1 for 3. First offering misses badly for ball 1. And that's outside. Scott at second with 2 down. And a big swing and a miss.
2-2.
And now the count is full. And another power hitter
count.
lurking in the on-deck circle. Hit on the ground to the right side. Takes it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So 2 runs on 1 base hit, 1 error, and 1 left on. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Marlins 6 and the Phillies 1. 2 outs, runner at first.
Batting,
Jake
left
Bauers
fielder,
stands in for the Phillies.
Bauers.
Out to short. Win. Sends it to first. 3rd out. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 6 full. It's the Marlins 6 and the Phillies 1. And up next for Miami, Mason Wynn. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Slider clips the corner. Outside low. And now 3-1.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at bat. All breaking balls. So that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
And ball four, two aboard.
Now batting, left fielder, Dylan Cruz.
Man at first, nobody
Now
out.
batting,
Here's the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Double play ball to second. There's one. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
Well, that's a huge ball in play to get the double play defensively. Just one more guy to get this save for the closer.
Robert Jr.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Man, Singy, he was on a whole different level in his last game. What an effort.
Yeah, Boog, he had that look in his eye from the jump. Really had the hitters guessing all day. So much confidence on the mound, and the stats back it up.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here, and on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
That's down and in.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
All over that one right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Win. The next to hit takes ball 1.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
2-0.
And another ball. And ball four, two aboard.
He did not take the bat off his
Leading
shoulder
off
the entire at bat.
Right
Back here at the
fielder,
ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Wilson.
Hit on the ground to short. Win. And a quick out, number one.
Now batting, catcher, Gary.
Here's Bryce Harper at the plate now. Growing up, he experienced a moment straight out of the sandlot. Harper was getting ready to play for Team USA, but he didn't have a bat, so he borrowed one from his dad.
Okay.
The bat was autographed by Pete Rose. His dad wiped the autograph clean and told Bryce Acuna, here's win for one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. They put two on the board on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On to inning number 4. It's the Phillies 7 and the Marlins 2. Runner at first with
Now
2
batting,
away.
shortstop,
Mason Wynn,
Mason
the next
Wynn.
up for the Marlins. Clips the corner. Strike one. Cruz off of first with 2 away. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one 1 run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. That one inside. Look out.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And here it comes. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Runner at second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. A swing and a soft liner. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Marlins lead. And now it's Alec Bohm.
Now batting, third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Phillies 7 and the Marlins 2. Two on,
Now
1 out.
batting,
Now the number
shortstop,
2 hitter,
Mason
Mason Wynn. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And the count even 1-1. And there's a ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Runners at first and second with 1 gone, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one outside, and that's ball 3.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Two on, 1 out. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And they're all loaded up.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here comes Bryce Harper.
The way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Runner breaks for third. Pitching for a strike. And the throw, he's out at third.
That's just a poor decision right there, and I'm sure somebody's going to talk to him when he gets back into the dugout. You have to understand who's at the plate and who's coming up. These are guys that can drive the ball in the gap, hit the ball over the fence. You don't have to worry about it.
And now it's Christian Walker. One of the rare guys at first base that you almost think defense first. He is that good with the glove. You're talking about top of the list, elite defensive first baseman. Sneaks through, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the eighth. And now for the Marlins, Mason Wynn. Yeah, that's fouled off. Fought off foul.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one ripped. One down.
Now batting, right fielder.
Runner on at first with one gone. And digging in for Philadelphia, Bryce Harper.
Harper.
Stop at first, one gone. First offering, runner goes. Makes the grab for the second out. To the bag himself, it's a double play, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing here this half. Through 8 full. It's the Phillies 8 and the Marlins 6.
Certainly can't complain about a lack of action in this one. A high-scoring game. Purists might not love it, but pretty impressive showing at the plate from both sides.
Final score of 8-6 in this one. The Phillies hang on to win it. For Chris Singleton and our entire And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. We're all eager to see if his heroics last time out carry over. He was absolutely dialed in at the plate, Singy.
Dialed in is right, partner. Everything seemed to be going his way. Looking forward to seeing if that same timing and energy carries over in this one.
First pitch coming your way next. About to get started here. And towing the slab in this one, Clayton Kershaw. And as usual with him, Singy, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so
Batting
expect to
second,
see
shortstop,
more of the same in
Mason
this one.
Wynn.
And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. In for a strike. Good slider.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
One out, bases empty. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom half of inning number 2. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Alec Bohm. This one in the air. Win. Nabs it, and there's one down.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little
Center
bit too
fielder,
much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Mason Wynn.
One out, runner at second. Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins. Went down on strikes his first time through. That's in there. 0-1. For Kershaw, the resume speaks for itself. 3 Cy Youngs, an MVP, and one of the best sliders the game has ever seen.
Runner.
Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. In the air, right side. Robert on the move. He's got it. Runner tags at second. And he moves up to third. Now 2 away.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Drops into the glove, and there's one down.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryson.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Alec Bohm stands in for the Phillies. Here's a 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Win. Throws to first. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. 3 innings complete. It's the Phillies 1 and the Marlins nothing. Ready to go.
Leading
Bottom
off for the
4.
Phillies,
Brandon Marsh steps to the
center
plate.
fielder, Brandon
Well, after
Marsh.
putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Zips it across, and 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Well, he's doing a nice
Now
job
batting,
of keeping the
right
ball
fielder,
out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball.
Up
Good
next
execution.
for the Marlins,
1 down.
shortstop,
Now
Mason
here
Wynn.
is Mason Wynn. 0 for 2 in this one. In the dirt, blocked. Well done behind the dish.
Ball.
In the dirt. No
ball,
advance.
no strike.
Good job behind the dish. Man at first, 1 away. And that's outside. And now 3-0.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Kershaw fires. And that drops in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Sanchez throws. Too late. Stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. And it one-hops the wall. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and they've tied it.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Mason Wynn now at the plate.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw to third. Safe. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there to steal third in this spot, but they felt good about it, and it worked out. Now the game plan changes a little bit at the plate to get that go-ahead run home. The defense might pull the infield in.
And that's off the outside edge. 1-1.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. Huge strikeout there.
Big strikeout right there. And that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Out to short. Zips it to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the seventh.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
And up next for Miami, Mason Wynn. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. And now he's up to 3 stolen bases in the game. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. The 1-2. That one ran inside, almost got him. Man at second. On the outside corner, got him looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
And that's off the second base bag. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go.
Big spot. Late in this one, and here's Christian Walker. Tied at 4. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Oh, man, so close to a walk-off win. You could hear the anticipation from the crowd, but a clutch defensive execution on the throw to the plate and a great tag by the catcher to cut down the winning run. Free baseball, let's go.
On to extra innings. And now it's Mark Vientos.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Right down the chute, and it's 0-1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Slings it across, out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Fair ball.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. Flared it out there and got it to drop for the base hit. I think he got it off the handle just a little bit, but the bat held up for him enough to get.
Oh, and that deflects off his glove. The throw is still in time. And even with it. Back here in Philadelphia, and here comes Alec Bohm. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
And that is cut on and missed. And the count 1-2.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to.
Line drive, base hit. Walker rounds third, headed for the plate. Throw is offline. This one's over. And the Phillies. Close one here today. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the San Francisco Giants taking on the Miami Marlins. Big storyline of this one is the recent struggles of today's starter. Just hasn't seemed to be able to find his rhythm.
Yeah, Boog, just look at these stats. We've seen his frustration building every time he leaves one up in the zone. Can't overthink it. Needs to just trust his instincts and let it fly out there.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to roll here. And on the mound today, Paul Blackburn. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Mason Wynn now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Turned on, but foul wide of third.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one. He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
That one almost got him.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, and they turn the double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Base is empty, 1 away. Willie Adames, the next Giant to hit. Ripped to short. And they get Adames for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for San Francisco, Cedric Mullins. Popped up. Win. And that is that. Nothing doing there for San Francisco, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Harrison back to work. Fouled off down the right side. Win in his 3rd season, 23 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Line and caught at 3rd by Chapman. The Gold Glover makes the play.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Win can't hold up, and that's a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Ground ball right side, but that rolls foul.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Oh, and he hit him.
I got him.
He had
Take
2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Now batting.
Back here at Lone Depot Park, here's the shortstop at the play, Mason Wynn. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Swung on, belted. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. Ramos hurries it back in as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit. Well, this is a big win on the road and going extras into 10. So hard to pull those out, but I think this team did a great job of keeping the crowd out of the ball game late. When you can do that, it kind of calms everything down, keeps the adrenaline of the opposing team down a bit, and you can steal a win and get out of here happy.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. We've got baseball on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants taking on the Miami Marlins. Big storyline of this one is the recent struggles of today's starter. Just hasn't seemed to be able to find his rhythm.
Yeah, Boog, just look at these stats. We've seen his frustration building every time he leaves one up in the zone. Can't overthink it. Needs to just trust his instincts and let it fly out there.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So almost ready to get underway, and towing the slab, Yuri Perez.
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there, compete. Not going to see a whole lot of flair and flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point. And if you've been able to score a few runs, you'll be in it late. So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
Dylan Cruz in the box now. Takes strike one. Scott, the lead runner, out at second. Win at first with no outs. That one is absolutely belted. Back there. Bounces off the wall as he makes the grab. Runner tags at second.
Now we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
One down. Willie Adames stands in. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Puts it away for the out.
Batting sixth, center fielder Cedric Mullins.
Dylan Cruz
Now
will hit
batting
next.
left
Fly to
fielder,
left his first time.
Dylan Cruz.
That missed by a lot, and it's 1-0. Cruz, the left fielder with good range, 24 years old, a former first-round pick in 2023. Two out, space is empty. This one high in the air to left center. Mullins in pursuit. Squeezes it, and that's the inning. Here's the left fielder, Dylan Cruz. 0 for 2 in this one.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
And ball one.
No strikes.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Righty delivers. Swing and a miss at a slider.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
He goes down looking. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away.
Now batting, right fielder Mike Yastrzemski.
Mike Yastrzemski up here. And no one can get there. So a man at first. Now the left fielder, Dylan Cruz. 0 for 3 in this one.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
Ball.
In the dirt. Win over at first with one away. And it's fouled away.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the dirt. Man at first, one away.
That's in.
Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Ramos pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board.